I've spotted a light right there.
Going into the woods alone at night can be downright terrifying. But what if you stumble upon something or someone you'd rather not face? Tonight, we're uncovering 6 of the most spine-chilling encounters ever caught on camera. These stories will have you thinking twice before ever setting foot in the woods alone again. Let's jump straight into the first unsettling encounter. The first video of the night comes from DB Interactive Media, a US-based channel that posts a range of content ranging from scary camping videos to awesome Disney theme park videos. It is September 9th, 2015, in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest, near the Mogollon Rim in Arizona, United States.
All right, guys, this is gonna be really weird. Oh, what the hell? Did you see that? Okay, I'm alone in the middle of the forest. I have wandered around all day. I mean, way out in the forest. I've wandered around all day. There's nobody here. I'm the only one. And I keep seeing these flashes off in the distance in the trees. It's really weird. Hang on. Let me see if I can get you guys to see it. It happens about every minute. It's really strange. Let me see if you can see it. Hang on a second. I know it's dark, guys. Okay. I want you to kind of focus between in this. Oh, did you just?
The location is isolated, heavily wooded, and far from any marked roads. The live stream begins with the camper, already deep in the forest at night, completely alone. He explains that he has spent the entire day wandering the area and confirms there is nobody else nearby. A small campfire burns behind him, and elk can be heard calling in the distance. Almost immediately, he mentions seeing something strange flashing between the trees ahead of him. The first clearly visible flash of light appears between 2 trees. It illuminates briefly, then vanishes. The camper reacts with confusion and concern, stressing again that he is alone and cannot explain what he is seeing.
Hi from Idaho. Okay, up there in these trees. Oh, did you see that flash? It looked like between the 2 trees, it keeps flashing once in a while. Really weird, and I'm the only one out here. Hi, Wisconsin. Okay, I'm gonna shut this off. Let's see if you, because it keeps doing it. Let's see if you see it. Did you hear the elk? I have no axe, nothing. Now, did you just see that? Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it? No, there is no, look at. I don't know if you can see up there because I got my campfire going here, but got a lot of firewood. I'm gonna, yeah, see, I have this campfire roaring here. Okay, so, hang on, back it up. I don't know if you guys can keep seeing this behind me when I'm doing this here. Hang on. That is really weird. I'm like, let me get a little closer. There we go. Maybe you'll see it behind me. I've wandered everywhere in the forest here all day. And I see every star in the sky. There's no clouds. There were earlier. There's nothing. But this light keeps flashing up in the trees, different areas. It's really weird, and I don't know how to describe it because it keeps flashing in different areas of the trees. Sometimes it's lower, sometimes it's higher, and I don't know what it is. I just hear elk around. It's kind of freaky. All right, I'll turn it back again. Hang on. Yeah, it is really freaky. I've never seen anything like it. Okay. All right, let's see if we can see it now. No helicopter. Oh, did you see it? It's over there in the trees. All right, here we go. I'm gonna shut the light off. Give it a second. Wow, there's 106 people witnessing this light. Hang on. This is really strange. Oh, that was kind of a dim in a different area. I've got the fire to my back here, so it's kind of hard for me to see in the distance, and maybe you won't see it as well, but I think you saw it a few times. This is a...
He explains that the area is close to the site of Travis Walton's alleged UFO abduction, made famous in Fire in the Sky. The context adds weight to the situation as the lights continue to flash from the same section of forest.
I saw a little light to the right, just a tiny one. That looked like a lightning bug. But then a big flash over there. Huge flash. This is real. Oh, and it keeps moving. I'm kind of freaked out. This is crazy. Yeah, flare, but I mean, how often would that flare keep going? And it's been doing it for like 20 minutes. Oh, there it went again.
The flashes become brighter and appear to move laterally between trees. The camper estimates the light is hovering around 30 to 40 feet off the ground, staying below the treetops and never reaching the forest floor. He methodically rules out fireflies, vehicles, helicopters, and lightning.
If you're out here alone, would you walk? Now it keeps looking like it's shining through the trees like a flashlight, but it doesn't hit the ground. It stays in the middle of the trees, about, I'd say 20 to 30, oh, that's like 30, 40 feet in the air. And it like shoots like in one direction. It's like flash, but it looks like it's moving, but it doesn't hit the ground and it doesn't go beyond to the tops of the trees. It just stays in the middle.
The light appears closer and shifts position again. The camper repeatedly checks behind him and around his camp, openly acknowledging how exposed he is. He notes that he is unarmed and alone. Elk calls continue in the distance, while the rest of the forest feels unusually quiet.
A bear in the tree, about 30 feet up. And it's weird, it's centered right in the middle of the trees, about 30 feet up. It's localized in that area. It's really odd. I haven't drank anything. Wow. Do you guys see it? Oh, and that stayed lit longer.
One flash remains illuminated longer than the others. The prolonged glow visibly unsettles him. He pauses, watches the trees carefully, and admits that the situation is starting to genuinely frighten him. After nearly 20 minutes of repeated flashing lights, the camper decides not to approach whatever is in the forest. He stays close to his campfire and vehicle, clearly aware of how vulnerable he feels being alone in such a remote area. With no explanation and no sign of the activity stopping, he ends the live stream to regroup and recharge equipment. The video concludes without answers, leaving behind unedited footage of an unexplained light moving through the trees, and a lone camper visibly shaken by what he witnessed. Imagine this: no phone signal, no one around, just the forest, and something moving in the distance. Would you stay the night or sprint back to your car without looking back? The next horrifying video comes from History, Lore, and More, a US-based documentary-style channel focused on history, forgotten places, folklore, and unexplained encounters. The channel is known for calm, atmospheric storytelling, allowing moments to unfold naturally, without dramatization or forced conclusions. It is January 13th, 2026, on an Indiana woodland trail in the United States.
Hey everybody, wasn't really expecting to get back out this quickly after my last video, but didn't have anything to do today, and it's 53 or 54 degrees at this point, and now that hunting season's over with, or any kind of deer season or anything like that, I thought I'd take the opportunity to hit a different trail than what I've been walking on, because now I don't have to worry about getting shot, I hope. But anyway, I'm on a different trail today. This trail is about 2 miles long, so I'll be doing it just like I have the rest of the time I've been out hiking. I will, walk until I come across something interesting, and I'll most certainly show it to you. I will tell you that the last video, after I closed it out, I had remembered that I wanted to leave a gift and see, whether or not anything takes it. And so I did that yesterday before I left, and I went back and checked it first thing I got here this morning, and it's still there. So yeah, I don't know. We'll come back and check it next week maybe, and see if anything's got it. That's not saying that some human won't find it, but I think where I put it, there's not just a great deal of human activity. So we'll see. All right, I'll bring you back as soon as I find something interesting. Well,
the hiker begins by explaining that he is exploring a different 2-mile loop than usual now that deer hunting season has ended. He notes the mild temperature and describes the trail as dense and primarily used by horse riders, pointing out recent signs of activity along the path. Expecting a quiet hike, he says he plans to walk until he finds something interesting, hoping the outing will be uneventful.
Looks like my hike is going to come to a quick end. Just heard a gunshot somewhere in front of me.
As he continues, he comes across a square-shaped hole in the ground, possibly the remains of an old home site or structure. Unable to identify it, he records the area for viewers, noting how out of place it feels along the trail.
Somebody's got some dogs. I don't know if they got some squirrel dogs behind me now. So, but there's some dogs barking. Sound like small dogs. So maybe somebody's using some squirrel dogs to hunt with. So anyway, like I said, it sounds like it's all behind me, so I'll move it away.
While standing on a hill, a single sharp wood knock rings out through the forest. The sound occurs only once, with no follow-up, leaving him uncertain whether it was natural or something else entirely. Moments later, the sound of dogs barking carries from behind him. He speculates they may be squirrel hunting dogs, but the sudden noise, combined with the isolation of the trail, adds a layer of tension to the walk. Approaching the end of the loop, he begins to feel as though he is being watched. He repeatedly stops to look behind him, finding nothing out of place. The sensation is unfamiliar and unsettling, standing in contrast to his many previous hikes in the same area. The hiker reaches the road and returns to his vehicle, tired but unharmed. He briefly encounters another hiker twice, exchanging a few words before heading out. The hike ends without a clear incident, leaving only quiet unease and unanswered questions. No explanation is found for the sounds or sensations, leaving viewers with raw atmospheric footage of a lone walk through the woods that feels subtly but persistently off. Sorry to interrupt the video, but if you're enjoying it, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and right now, 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. Your support helps us continue creating awesome, creepy videos. Now, let's get back to the video. The next chilling video comes from English Woodsman, a UK-based channel centered on wild camping, woodland exploration, and bushcraft. The channel is known for realistic solo trips, practical gear use, and encounters with the quieter, less predictable side of the outdoors. It is December 31st, 2016, in a remote woodland area in the United Kingdom, with the exact location undisclosed. The camper settles into his hammock for the night, making final checks around the campsite before trying to sleep. Temperatures are close to freezing, and the wind begins to pick up, tugging at the tarp overhead. He eats a quick meal, adjusts his sleeping bag and quilt for warmth, and scans the surrounding trees. The woods are quiet, but subtle movement in the distance catches his attention, and he admits to feeling uneasy, with the sense that he may not be completely alone.
I don't think I'm alone in the woods tonight. I think there's some other people camping out, but I'm not sure because I think there's 2 campfires on one area. Now I'm not sure if that's my eyes playing tricks, but I do know there's someone else there, and I don't like it, to be truthful. I don't want to cross paths with anybody when I'm out camping. But I'm going to try and get my head down anyway, and I'll see you all in the morning.
At first light, he walks toward the area where he remembers seeing the lights. He searches carefully for any trace, ash, footprints, disturbed ground, but finds nothing to suggest anyone was there.
Still see the glaze of the fire, and I'm sure it's the right direction it could have been as well.
Reflecting on the experience, he admits that the night genuinely unsettled him, even though the woodland appears completely empty by morning. As the video concludes, he describes the night as eerie and uncomfortable, but makes it clear he has no intention of avoiding the area in the future. Footage of the lights is shown again, with viewers invited to share similar experiences or explanations. The cause of the lights remains unresolved, leaving behind a quiet mystery from an otherwise silent night in the woods. The woods are full of sounds, but it's footsteps that don't belong that truly rattle us. It's not creatures we fear most. It's the sudden, silent presence of another person, just watching. The next shocking video of the night comes from Forest Stories, a US-based channel specializing in animal-focused adventure narratives. The channel blends visuals, music, and sound design to tell immersive wildlife stories rooted in real-world encounters and survival scenarios. It is October 20th, 2025, at a remote log cabin deep in a forested area of the United States. The host reviews footage from a trail camera positioned near the cabin. The forest appears calm, with autumn light filtering through the trees. Suddenly, movement appears on the camera, a bear approaching the cabin. The realization immediately shifts the tone. From inside, the host stays low and quiet, listening closely as leaves rustle and twigs snap nearby. The isolation of the setting becomes unmistakable as the presence of a large animal settles just outside. The bear moves closer, cautiously investigating the area around the cabin. It circles slowly, sniffing and pausing, clearly curious, but alert. When noises from inside catch its attention, the animal hesitates and begins to pull back. To prevent it from returning, the host fires warning shots into the air. The sound finally pushes the bear to retreat deeper into the forest, ending the immediate threat. After the encounter, the tension gradually fades. The host resumes daily forest routines, hunting a hazel grouse, setting another camera trap for moose, and continuing life at the cabin. While the morning scare passes without injury, the experience underscores how quickly conditions can change in remote wilderness. The forest remains peaceful and beautiful, but unpredictable, a place where awareness, restraint, and respect for wildlife are essential for survival. Some threats are obvious. Others drift silently through the dark, unnoticed until it's far too late. It's those shadowy, unseen forces that haunt us long after the sun comes up. The next video of the night comes from Camping with Sasquatch, a US-based outdoor and cryptid exploration channel focused on solo and small group camping in remote forests. The channel is known for documenting unusual sounds, tree disturbances, and strange woodland formations, often associated with Sasquatch folklore. It is March 5th, 2025, in Sam Houston National Forest, East Texas, United States. The narrator explains that his friend Brandon is camping nearby, and the two meet to discuss recent Sasquatch activity in the area. They head out on a night hike along a gated Forest Service road. Brandon performs a loud howl to test for any response. The forest remains completely still, with no wind or ambient noise, creating a tense, expectant atmosphere as they move deeper into the woods.
Tree got pushed over. Just right up this way, probably, I don't know how far. It wasn't really far. But
what,
it was
200 yards maybe?
Yeah, maybe 150.
Only minutes after the howl, a live tree approximately 100 to 150 yards away is suddenly pushed over. Loud cracking and crashing echo through the forest. With no wind and no visible cause, the sound is abrupt and deeply unsettling.
Have you ever heard that before?
No. First time I've ever heard a tree.
That isn't the end of it. A while after returning to camp, we heard another very similar sound. Here is the recording of that sound.
The following day, during a calm and sunny afternoon, Brandon hears a loud crack, followed by barred owl calls. The sounds originate from different points in the forest, reinforcing the sense that the activity was not limited to the night.
Trusting that a broken tree, probably 8 feet up. The hike, going through a lot of baby trees here, lots of arches. It's pretty cool. If you can see that through there, that's a bit odd. Let's see if we can have a closer look at that. Little, like an arch there. Huh. Yes. It's like a little dome again. Wow. God.
While exploring the surrounding area, the narrator points out unusual tree formations, arches, dome-like structures, and small shelter-like arrangements formed by bent or fallen trees. These formations stand out from the surrounding woodland, creating an almost otherworldly feel and suggesting places where something could remain hidden. Reflecting on the experience, the narrator notes how the sudden tree crash, the unexplained vocalizations, and the daytime cracking sounds all point to how unpredictable the forest can be. Combined with the strange tree structures, the events leave both men with more questions than answers, perfectly in line with the channel's cryptid-focused exploration and the enduring mystery of the area. Before the next clip, if you're enjoying the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and right now, 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. Your support helps us continue creating awesome, creepy videos. Now, let's get back to the video. The last video of the night comes from Sort of Interesting, a UK-based walking and outdoor exploration channel focused on long-distance hikes, wild camping, and solo mountain journeys. The channel is known for calm, reflective narration, with moments that become unsettling through isolation, darkness, and unexpected human presence, rather than overt danger. It is January 23rd, 2026, in a remote mountainous countryside in the United Kingdom. The walker sets out alone at around 4:15 a.m., beginning a climb up a remote mountain in stormy, fog-heavy darkness. Visibility is extremely limited, with no visible horizon and no clear landmarks beyond the narrow beam of his headlamp. As he climbs, he reflects on previous wild and stealth camping trips, most of them peaceful, but some marked by genuinely frightening encounters involving people moving nearby in the dark. After roughly an hour, he reaches a dry stone wall and a stone stile and pauses to film the feature.
And out of the corner of my eye, I then snap my head back because I've spotted, unbelievably, at something past 5 in the morning on the side of a mountain in the murky, stormy, rainy, windy weather, I've spotted a light right there, only a matter of a 10-second walk away, if that. And you can imagine that I have that moment where the pit of my stomach becomes the most prominent part of my body, all-encompassing fear and dread.
While filming, he suddenly notices a stationary light ahead, on the same track he had walked moments earlier. He attempts to rationalize the sight, suggesting it could be a farmer or an early morning worker. Expecting to meet them shortly, he decides not to switch on his more powerful torch. Instead, he stops, continues filming, adjusts his equipment, and waits for the person to approach. No one appears. The light disappears without explanation.
I was being filmed, and now in hindsight I almost feel even more that it was a spooky experience in some ways, that I was then there for a few minutes talking right to the camera.
The encounter takes on a different meaning. Rather than being disturbed himself, he may have unknowingly revealed the location of someone stealth camping nearby, their phone light briefly giving them away. Returning to the area in daylight, he discovers a single fresh footprint that does not match his own. The surrounding stone walls, rocks, and uneven terrain provide ideal concealment for a bivvy or small camp. No other signs of activity remain. What makes this encounter unsettling is not what happens in the moment, but what becomes clear afterward. In total darkness, on a remote mountainside, someone may have been standing only feet away while he spoke freely to the camera, completely unaware of their presence. The experience serves as a quiet reminder that even in the most isolated places, you may not be alone, and that human encounters in the wilderness can be just as disturbing as anything unexplained. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these 6 spine-tingling encounters, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more chilling and terrifying videos. There's always another mystery waiting to be uncovered, and you won't want to miss what's next. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.